Any questions, students? Anybody? Okay, so silence, I assume everything is good so far. Anytime you have any questions, please unmute yourself. It's not like other workshops, where you have to just sit quiet for the whole time and not say, please start, contribute. If you think you really have something to discuss, share it with all of us. Please go ahead. So a very big welcome from A2IT, which is one of the prestigious institutions based in India. We provide a wide range of technical project management and the testing courses in India as well as across the globe. So we've got students joining us from far off places. We have students joining from, a lot of students joining from India, and we do have delegates who join us from outside India as well. Our center is based in Chandigarh, and we do a lot of in-house trainings. We do a lot of trainings which are classroom based. My writing isn't very good, guys, so just bear with me. So a lot of classroom trainings we do. We provide a lot of online trainings. We use the latest tools in market to provide the online trainings. And yes, we also do a lot of corporate based trainings. So we, as I discussed, in our academy, in our company, we do a lot of technical courses, a wide range of software development technologies we cover. We do a lot of testing courses as well as project management. We are certified from Microsoft. We got a lot of certifications as well in our company, and we do also conduct a lot of exams at our center. So this is a quick introduction about A2IT, a prestigious organization. We've been in market for 20 plus years now. So yes, we've been very closely associated with universities, schools, and big corporates, big IT giants because of the platform that we provide, the trainings that we provide. So guys, this is a quick introduction about the company, and now I'm going to quickly give you an introduction about myself. I saw some of you were asking my name. So if I have not spelled it correctly or I didn't say properly, my name is Priyanka Sharma, and oops, the K is gone. So my name is Priyanka Sharma, and I have around 14 years of experience in software development, software testing, and project management. So I started my career with Infosys, and I worked there for 9 years, and then I moved to a US based firm. And I have also worked in United Kingdom, London for around 5 years. Came back to India last year, and currently I'm working as a test manager in one of the companies based in North India, in Chandigarh. So I work as a test manager, and I do work with A2IT, where I try my best to provide quality trainings to all my delegates. So one thing that we focus at A2IT is we make sure that our students are industry ready. So that is the key, that is the whole focus on which our whole trainings is based on. We want our students to be industry ready. And when I say industry ready, it means any course that we deliver, as soon as you finish the last hour of that course, you can trust on me as I say, you are industry ready. You can pick up any live project and you can start working on that live project, because that is how we groom you. That is how we prepare you. So as an example, if we do this workshop is catered more towards the manual testing course. So if we talk only about the manual testing now, the way we teach this course, the duration that we work on together with you, as soon as I finish the course, I'll say that yes, you can go and you can give interview in any organization, not only in India, but across the globe. You can now basically make sure that you are well conversant with what manual testing is, how testing is done in organizations. So we'll talk more about it, but what I think is going to be good for all of us to do is, if I give you different horizons, different fields of IT where you can start your career. I believe some of you are definitely working in some MNCs. So again, I believe this is going to be very good information for you, because you do not start your career as a developer and end your career as a developer. You might do that, but then it's such a flexible field where you can explore other horizons as well. So again, a big welcome to all of you to this field of information technology. And when we talk about this information technology field, you can step your career in 4 main fields. Some of you might argue with me now after this. You might say, you know, there is one more field which is, some other field you might come up with. More than welcome to pop in your suggestions. But what we are looking at is the 4 main fields in which you can step your career. You can start your career as a developer. You can start your career as a tester. No? You can start your career as a project manager, someone who's going to look at the project overall. And you can also start your career as a designer. Now, you know what, whenever I go through this, I cover this in a lot of my courses also. So my students are like, how do we know, you know, what field is good for us? What do we need to know to decide whether I want to be a developer or I want to be a tester or a project manager or a designer? So I'm going to give you a very simple explanation to this. See, if you like to build things, this is something which is for you. If you really love building things, building projects, making different screens, this is the right job for you. Let's say if you like more about the quality, you want to really test things and make sure you're delivering the end product as a quality product, testing is something which is for you. You can be a tester. If you like managing the things, you like to have an overall management of the project, this is a good field for you. And if you like to create mock-ups, create designs, create screens based on the requirements, the designer job is a good job for you. So these are the 4 main fields. As I said, you know, some of you might have other fields, other jobs, titles, you can let me know. So when we talk about the developer, if some of you have already made up your mind, we want to be developer. For developer, there are quite a lot of technologies which we need to understand. So if you want to be a web developer, as an example, you need to train yourself. You need to make sure you are conversant with the technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay. Quite other of languages like Java, Python. So I'm listing all those technologies which are widely used in India and across the globe. You have Android app development, C, C++. And what I'm going to do now is just add a more here. This more includes other technologies, database knowledge, you know, writing queries. So this is all the things that you need to know if you want to step your career as a developer. Let's say you've decided to be a tester. For becoming a tester, what we need to do is we need to make sure we are very much comfortable with the concept of manual testing. How the manual testing is done, what is manual testing? No, we'll talk about a lot now. After this, we have covered. You need to know a lot about automation testing. And a feather in your cap will be an ISTQB certification. So this ISTQB certification is one of those certifications which we must have, or it's one of those certifications which is really good to have if you are a tester, if you're working as a tester, or let's say you want to step your career as a tester. Now this ISTQB certification, students, delegates, this is the 2 good things about this certification is that it has a lifetime validity. So when I say lifetime validity, it means if you've done it once, it does not expire. So like other certifications, it has no time bound. I did my certification around 15 years ago, but it's still, I can say I'm an ISTQB certified engineer. Second thing very good about this is, irrespective of where you have done this ISTQB certification, it is valid across the globe. So let's say you've done this certification with Indian Testing Board based in India, and you get a job offer in Germany. You can take this certification and you can actually use that certification there as well. Okay, so Germany would have a different board, United Kingdom will have a different board, US will have a different board, but the certification is valid anywhere. So that is really a plus point. Any questions? Let me just, I've been speaking for a long time. Any questions? Let me check the chat if any questions have come up, or if anybody of you want me to ask a question. Yes, Amritanjan, you've raised your hand. Please ask me the question. Hello. Okay, so there are some of the questions that have been asked. I think it's a good thing that we take this question side by side also. So when I said welcome to information technology industry, it's a huge industry basically. So Gautam, it is not only an internship. Industry is something which is a big horizon, you know, in which you can join, in which you can work. In that industry, so if you have a doubt, let me put it in a very simple word. In that industry, before you start working as a developer, you would like to see how development is done, or you would like to learn. So for that, you can do internships in the organizations. And let's say your internship for those couple of months goes well, you can start working there as a regular employee also. Does that answer your question, Gautam? So industry and internship is different. So Divya, you've asked this question. Yes, everyone who's joined this session, you will definitely get a certificate for this session. So certificate is not a problem. What I am requesting all of you is to make sure you can take the maximum of this session. So I'm going to put all my 14 years of experience into this 1 hour. I'll try to give you the best I can. So try concentrating, and you can ask me questions. So please try taking as much information as you can. Another very good question that is there, which I'm reading in the chat, is that, is there an entry level position for a project manager? Why not? Yes, you can join an organization as a project manager. That is very true. But normally, I always explain it this way. If I have to climb a ladder, it's always good you go step by step. If you directly jump to the project manager role, if you prove you are a good project manager, you can definitely join. Why not? You can join as a project manager. However, it is always good to have a technology knowledge, a technical knowledge, before you start moving towards the project management. So the reason why I say this is because, as a project manager, your day in, day out job will be talking to clients, getting the estimates, how much money you should charge the client, how much profits, how will you make profits, how will be your resources. So as a very simple example, if you do not know, and if you don't have an idea how much time my HTML page will take to make, you will not be able to give a very correct estimate to the client. You might give up a wrong estimate. So yes, direct project manager level jobs, I've seen people do recruit it. Very true. But again, as I said, when we are climbing this ladder of information technology, let us climb the stairs one by one. So it's always good to have some experience before you join as a project manager. Right. So there are a couple of other questions. Let's just quickly take them. Kajal, ISTQB is a certification. Okay. So it is basically a certification. In India, if you want to take this certification, you take it from the board called as the Indian Testing Board. Indian Testing Board. So if you're more interested, I would really recommend you to go Google search ISTQB. All of you can do this. Search ISTQB after this workshop, and you will see that ITB is the board which conducts these certifications. You can self-train yourself. We at A2IT provides the certification trainings as well. And you can write this exam at the center. Throughout India, we've got centers. Across the globe, we have centers where you can go and give exams. And yes, and you can add it into your resume. And it really helps me, trust me. So the certifications really gives you a lot of knowledge. And secondly, it's a feather in your cap. So what I mean by that is, it's an added advantage that you get along with your knowledge. Kajal, does that answer, dear? This question is answered?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, glad. I'm very glad that it answers. And thank you so much for responding. So there's another question. How do you get the ISTQB certificate? Very, very good question. Thank you so much, Rohit, for asking this question. So Again, if you want to get the ISTQB certification, it's a step-by-step process. Okay, we need to make sure that we are very comfortable with the manual testing concepts first. We need to make sure we've done a manual testing course, and then there is another syllabus which ISTQB gives us, which is actually a super set of manual testing. So whatever we cover with manual testing, definitely it is useful for ISTQB, because our outline, our syllabus is definitely in line with the ITB. Whatever Indian Testing Board gives us, our syllabus is in line with that. However, in addition to that, you need to understand few more concepts for ISTQB. Once you've covered that, once you've covered the syllabus that they have given, the ITB gives you this syllabus, you can go and write this exam. Okay, the certification cost is, yes, roughly around 4580. 4,580 is roughly, that's what the Google says. Yes, so it might change, but yes, that is what the Indian Testing Board charges you for this certification. Okay, all right. So far as we've just covered three domains in which we can go, three horizons in which we can step our career in information technology. We have seen developer, we have seen tester, and we've seen project manager. All of these things we have covered. There is one more question. We'll take those questions. Let me just quickly cover the fourth field, which is the field of a designer. Now, to keep things very simple here, let's not complicate things. The best way to learn things is keep it simple. That is what our motto at A2IT is. We put things in very simple and then we explain it. So imagine we were all building a house together. If you agree with me, before we start building a house, I need a blueprint. I need an architecture of my house. I need to know where the kitchen is to be placed, where will be my bedrooms, where exactly will be the... So I go to the architect and I say, look, this is what I want. This is my preference. Can you please give me a blueprint? And what does the architect does? It gives me a blueprint. So what has happened, even before I called the mason who had to start with bricks and cement and all that stuff, we actually asked them to give us a layout. And you can directly correlate this thing with the field of IT. Before you actually start coding, before you open your editor window and you say HTML code or Java code, you need to have a well layout design. So based on the requirements which you will have from your end user or from your client, this role or this person will help us create a user interface or a user experience. He'll make some designs. Commonly used designs in industry are, for example, Zeppelin. He might open a Zeppelin or any other tool, and based on the requirements, he'll tell us this is how the screens should look like. And if the screens are all finalized, it is then when the developer starts his job. Okay. And once the developer has built the product, it's then when the tester starts testing it. And obviously the project manager is the one who's going to manage this project right from the birth of the project till it's finished, till it's finalized. Okay. So these are the four different fields. Any questions on this before we move? Please unmute yourself and feel free to ask me the questions if you have. Chat is a very good option which Zoom gives, but please feel free to even raise hands, unmute. Let's make it very interactive, guys. I want you to take the best out of this 1 hour. So start asking me questions if you have. No questions? Gautam, any questions? Subin, Surinder, Rohit, any questions, guys? Please come on, ask me some questions.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so this ISTQB certification, is that a theory-based exam or a practical-oriented exam where they'll be having labs?
Excellent question. So ISTQB is a theory-based exam. You've got some questions that you have to do within a time frame. Okay, so around 40 questions roughly in 60 minutes. That is what you have to do. It's a theory-based exam, but when you prepare for this, Gautam, when you prepare for this, you need to understand the testing from both practical perspectives as well as from the manual perspectives. Okay, so there are some formulas, some techniques that we need to learn, but So far as the exam is concerned, to answer your question, it's a theory-based exam. There will be some questions, some options will be there. You need to select those options. You don't at that stage, write the testing or show them how testing is done. That is not how it is. Okay. And this ISTQB has different levels. It's a beginner level exam. It's an intermediate, and you've got advanced level. And if some of you really like to make secure applications, you want that, this website that I made, nobody in this globe can actually hack this website or basically take out data from my website. So there is a special certification, which is security certification. So they do provide a lot of certifications, but then yes, to do this certification, we need to make sure we have done this manual testing at least. This gives you an advantage, but then to be very honest, this is the must thing. This is good to have, the automation testing knowledge. Okay, Gautam, does that answer your question, dear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, then I've got another question which says, do you have to write it online or go to the center? Now, before this COVID situation, when everybody's got kind of lockdown since March, the exams were always conducted at the centers. So if you're, let's say, based in Bangalore or Hyderabad or Maharashtra, you will have a lot of centers in all these areas, in your cities. So you have to go and register yourself and then give the exam. Now, I'm not very sure how centers are doing, because now we are not allowed to go to the centers. And I don't know how the things have happened in previous months. Some of the centers might have allowed online, but then again, you have to check with your respective center. It depends on which area, which center you are speaking to or in touch with. Okay, so for example, when I gave my exam, I had to walk into the center, and I think they do follow that practice still. Okay, Subin, so you wish to learn. I'm very happy. First of all, what is exactly that you want to learn? Is it the manual testing, or you want to? Subin, if you can hear me, just send us chat message. What exactly are you looking forward to learn? Okay, in order to prepare for this exam, Pakija, as you asked this question, the material and all is what we provide at A2IT. Okay, the syllabus, our material will be in line with what comes in the exam. We provide you with a lot of dumps, lot of previous year papers. We make sure you have solved those papers before you actually go for the real exam. So yes, the material and all is not a worry. We provide everything. Okay, so Sahil has asked me one of the very, very interesting questions, and he's asking me, is coding knowledge necessary for testing, or you can just be a black box tester? I like this term. So black box tester, guys, I'm going to just, because I need to really write more. I'll be just erasing this important information that I gave you. If you want to take a quick snapshot, screenshot, or you're making notes, you can quickly do that. And I'll just delete it in another 2 minutes. Okay, because I need to give you more and more information. So maybe a snapshot will help you if you want to take one. All right, so coming to Sahil's question, he's asking whether coding is needed for testing. Again, if you want to be a tester, you can be a tester without any coding language experience. If you have experience of coding, let's say even if you've learned Java in your university, a bit of that really helps you. The knowledge never goes anywhere. So that is a very important phrase. It never goes anywhere. If you do have coding knowledge, if you have done a bit of coding, it will help you in testing. If not, if you're total novice, it's a new field, it's not required. So you can definitely be a black box tester. You don't need to understand the code. Okay. Okay, Subin wants to join us for manual testing. Excellent, Subin. Thank you so much for letting us know. So yes, I'll pass on these details to my team, and then they will definitely get in touch with you. In fact, at the end of the session, I would like to actually know how many of us are joining me, because I'm as excited to join, to get connected with you as I believe most of you would be. So we'll do a quick session in which I'll take names, and you guys can quickly send in the chat if you're interested. All right, so any material for testing? Oh my God. So very difficult question. Do we provide material for testing? We provide you so much material for testing that you won't be able to finish. It's a lot of self-study material we provide. It is a lot of slides we are going to provide. In fact, at our A2 online, as I said, our company doesn't do only classroom-based trainings. We train across the globe. So we have a website, a separate website called a2online.com. Okay, I'm going to now erase it. So a quick snapshot, if you want to take, please take it. Okay, so a2online.com. a2itonline.com is the website. We have a lot of audio and a lot of video tutorials already on that, which you can access, and in the online sessions, because I think we've got in this, I can see very closely, we've got a lot of people joining us from Maharashtra, we have people from Bangalore and, different parts of India, east, west, north, south. So a lot of people joining us from different places. So if you're based in Chandigarh or near Chandigarh, obviously the option for you is the classroom-based training. If you cannot travel, don't worry, we can come to you. So we'll do the online trainings. And as I said, we use the latest technologies in market to do our online training. So we don't leave any gaps, so you feel as if you're sitting with me in a class and then you are doing the training. So that gap, I can promise, is not there. Okay. Sometimes we might have a question. We cannot see the teacher physically. We can't see, and how will our questions be addressed? So just be very assured. Just be assured about this fact. It will be as close as the classroom trainings. And to answer your question, Rohit, yes, there is a lot of material we provide. There is a lot of slides that we give, a lot of exercises. And once you enroll with us, we'll keep you very busy. Why? Because there are a lot of homeworks that we give. So every class, at the end of every class, we have a lot of exercises that we do. Sorry, I heard a voice. So can you please ask the question? Hello? I think someone wanted to ask a question. Okay, so if you want to be a white box tester, what you need to know, very good question. So for my students, for my delegates who are coming across these terms first time, I used the term black box tester because one of us asked this question, and a term called as black box tester was asked. And now I've got another question which says white box tester. So why not, let's talk about this quickly, so that all of us are on the same page. So let me put things very simple. As I said, we will be teaching you things with simple examples. We don't want complicated examples. We'll teach complicated concepts with simple examples. So imagine I had a black box with me, or basically a box with me. I hide something in that box and I cover it with a black paper and I give it to one of you. And I say, tell me what I've hidden in this box. You would not be able to know because the opaqueness of that black cover has actually hidden what thing that I had wrapped inside that box. So when we talk about black box technique, it means you go to a website, you test that website, or you open a mobile app and you test that mobile app without worrying about what is the underlying code behind that particular website. So if I go to Google and I search a2itonline.com, it gives me result about A2IT online, but I'm not worried how this Google page was created. I don't look at the code, I don't right click and do view page source. That's black box testing, just to keep things very simple and short and crisp here. However, white box testing is done mainly by the developers, where they have added a component, they have added a button on a page and they are checking whether that button is working fine or not. If not, they will check the code. So to answer your question, white box tester, if you want to be, yes, to keep things very honest here, you need to know the technology. So if you're testing an application built on Java or HTML, if you know the coding, that will help you as a white box tester. But for a black box tester, you do not need any prior coding experience. Surinder, does that answer your question? Was it clear? All right, I've got another question which says for the certification ISTQB. Oh my God, you all are so excited about ISTQB certification. So if you do you need a working experience is necessary or not? Again, if you have worked for 1 or 2 years, it is an added advantage. But as I said, the manual testing course we provide and the ISTQB testing course certification preparation that we do with you is more than enough. Because as I said, you know, the number of hours we spend with you, those number of hours make you industry ready. No? So the examples which we will be using in the testing, they will be very close to the live applications. We do not test any dummy websites. That is very important thing I want to point out here. We'll pick up Amazon.com and see how the testing would have been done. We'll pick up WhatsApp and see how we can do the testing. We'll pick up Skyscanner and see how the website testing can be done. So when we do this manual testing course, I mean, very few academies across the globe do this. I can very confidently say that. When we do this manual testing course, we do not limit ourselves only to website testing. So when you get associated with me, with our academy, I won't just tell you, no, this is how website testing is done. We cover website testing in this course. We cover the mobile testing in this course. We also cover desktop based applications. So if this term is new for some of us, there are some softwares that you install on your system. You know, just a common example of that could be an antivirus system. You know, some applications that you install on your system. We also tell you how to test that. So see that it's a 3-in-1 goodie bag in which we will see how we can do website testing, mobile testing, desktop based application testing. So we'll prepare you on all these 3 different fields in one. Okay. So working experience is necessary or not? Again, as I said, you know, it will help you in the exam. But even if you have 0 years of experience, you've just passed out from your university or college, you can clear this certification. This is what a confidence I can give you. Companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipros, yes, to answer your questions, they definitely have an entry-level software tester jobs. Why not, you know? So they do a lot of campus placements also. They might visit your college you're studying and they might take students from there. And if not, they do not come to your organization, why not apply, you know, on their website? They do a hiring of a lot of software testers at entry level. And it's not only Infosys, there are a lot of organizations. Wipro is there, TCS is, Cognizant is there, Accenture is there, right? And not only India, across the globe, there are companies based in UK, US, Singapore, which do a lot of hiring of manual testers. Okay. Surinder, glad to know that answers your question. Thank you so much for letting me know. Weekend classes, yes. So we do classes over the weekend. We do classes over the weekdays. We do morning classes, evening classes, afternoon classes. The only time we don't do classes are the night classes. So we let you sleep, we ourselves sleep. But yes, anytime during the weekdays or weekends, we are open to conduct the trainings. Okay, and we do conduct trainings all 7 days a week. Okay. Okay, so mobile testing and security testing, will it be covered in our course? Yes, definitely. We will cover desktop, mobile, website, and we will also give you an introduction about security testing. So I think all these questions, guys, you're asking me, no? I think they will be self-answered once I start giving you the outline. Now I can see all of you are very interested. You want to see what all we are going to cover. So I will definitely give you a brief outline what we will be covering, you know, so that you can compare, you can see, you know, are you learning enough, you know? So that is what you can make a decision. Okay, we'll be definitely looking at some concepts also. Yes, why not? We've just not finished the workshop. We'll cover a lot of things. Okay, so far so good. What all we've looked at the different fields of IT in which we can step our career. And I think that has given you at least some idea as to, you know, where you should actually start your career. Wherever you want, wherever you have decided to start your career, we are more than happy to provide you training for that field, be it testing, development, project management, or as a designer. Okay. This workshop is catered mainly towards the manual testing. So from now on, I will be only talking about the manual testing, how we conduct manual testing. And we will also look at why this software testing field is so important. Why is it so important? Okay, so we need to look at the importance of testing. And just a little homework. I know you don't get much homework when you conduct work, when you attend the workshop. Just a little homework from my side. What I want you to do is read about this Mariner air crash case study, one of the very, very important and very widely known case study, Mariner air crash, in which I'll give you just in a nutshell what had happened, but then I know if you are more and more interested to read about it, please Google it, find it, what happened. So this is going to prove why testing is so important. All right. So NASA had to create, they were working on a project for a couple of years in which they had to launch a space shuttle to Mars. A very short story, I'm going to put it in front of you. So they wanted to send a space shuttle to Mars, and then they worked for years on this project, one of the very crucial projects they had. And finally the day came when the space shuttle had to be launched. They launched the space shuttle, and within few hours of launch, the project was a failure. Lot of money involved, lot of resources involved, lot of time involved, reputation involved. Everything got bit messy. When they tried to find out the reason, they said, why this has actually happened. We've been working so well. The designers gave the best design. The developers gave the best product. The testers have tested it. The project manager has been handling the project very well. We've tried to complete it on time. Everything went well. What exactly has gone wrong? So there was a lot of years of analysis, and what they found out was, I don't quite remember that complicated formula. Again, I leave it to you to read more about it. So they had an initial ignition velocity decided, with which they thought they will launch this rocket, this space shuttle to the space. I'm just quoting some dummy values now, guys. It's not the real formula. Just for the sake of explanation, I'm giving you this formula. So the mathematical person there at NASA headquarters, he wrote on a piece of paper a formula, and he gave it to the developer, who had to basically use this formula in the code he was writing. Now this formula that is in front of you is not the exact formula. I'm repeating, it's just an example. So this formula had somewhere a bar on the top of a variable, a value, which was accidentally missed by the developer when he coded just this particular bar, and they realized that this particular mistake that has been done, this error that has been done, has caused this huge failure to this project. So what am I trying to say here is how testing is so important. Imagine you have deployed an ECG machine or an X-ray machine in a hospital and it wasn't tested. Imagine the loss of injury, loss of death we can cause, right? And coming back to the software industry field, where we make websites, we make mobile applications day in, day out. Imagine the loss that we will have if we do not test it properly. So that is where it is such an important field. So manual testing or any kind of testing is one of the very, very important fields, because it helps us to make sure that we have delivered a quality product to the end user. We want to save time, isn't it? If we have spent 3 years on a project, we don't want that those 3 years should be gone. We've been paying our developers, testers, project managers. We don't want to get that money lost. Most important, the reputation. We don't want to spoil the reputation. Imagine a product delivered to the customer which doesn't work. It is a big problem for the reputation of our company. So what I'm stressing, why did I actually pick up this Mariner air crash? Because I want to lay emphasis on how important this field is, and if you learn manual testing the right way, which we do at A2IT, we make sure we're teaching you with the best industry practices. Nothing like that. If you know from day one how to test a software properly as per the industry requirements, nothing like that. So you will see that we do not just go through our slides, materials. No, we keep our slides as a reference. But what we do is on each and every slide, at each and every point, we'll do practical examples to make sure you're understanding it very well. Okay. Now, before we look at the outline, let's look at the job scope of manual testing in India as well as across the world. So it's not limited to India. You know, let's say you want to join a company based in UK, you can do that. Full confidence I can give you with the training that we provide. So there is again a lot of job scope. Some of you have asked me a questions. Do companies in India hire freshers for manual testers? Yes, there is a huge demand of manual testers in the industry. Huge demand. People do have companies, come across companies where they need manual testers. And there will also be companies based in UK which are only testing companies, you know. So they do not build, they just take projects from India, they take projects across the globe and they test and they make sure it is a quality product, it's a good product. So yes, you've got a lot of job scope in those companies also which target only testing. So yes, for the freshers, for the experienced professionals, it has definitely a big scope. That is very sure. That is very sure. Okay, let's take some questions. I can see a lot of chat messages. So the last question we covered was, yes, security testing and mobile testing is covered. Yes, so Pakija, that's the next thing we are going to cover. We will be now looking at what is the outline, what all we will be covering in this course. So this manual testing course that we provide, we start from right from the beginning as to fundamentals of testing. We talk about why testing is important. So the importance of testing. We look at the principles of testing. So there are 7 principles which are very important. We look at the ethics of testing. And in this particular workshop, guys, I'm just giving you a brief introduction of what we do. The full outline is there on our website also. You can see each and every topic that we cover. The duration, everything will be mentioned. So once we've looked at the fundamentals of testing, the importance of testing, you know, the principles that we cover for testing, the different ethics for testing, we then cover in this course in total 25 types of testing. No? And these 25 types of testing are different. You know, we talked about website testing, the mobile-based testing, the desktop testing. In addition to this, we'll cover 25 different types of testing. We will also cover all the concepts of testing like black box, white box, security, manual, automation, all those concepts we will be covering in this course. And in this tool, in this particular course, the major highlight is the test case writing. And if for some of us this word is totally new, don't worry, I'm going to just give you a quick explanation. So what is a test case? Basically a tool that you can use, or an Excel in which you can basically write down how you have tested or what you have tested. What is the scope that you have covered? So keeping things simple, if I had a login screen, one of the most widely used screens across the application, and on this login screen, I had a field which said username, I had password, and I had a login button. You know, and I ask, let's say Gautam to test this or Pakija to test this for me. You know, you can test this, but then you need to open an Excel sheet also. You need to actually document what you have tested so that it is clear that everything is covered, you know, nothing is missed. All right. So when we talk about the test case writing in this particular course, we do test case writing for around 20 screens, which include mobile-based applications, web applications, and desktop applications. So do you see this? A very short duration, but in that duration, we'll cover nearly 20 screens. We'll write down test cases of 20 screens. And what I can promise is, those 20 screens are not dummy screens. We pick up live applications. How about Amazon.com? How about testing goabibo.com, ibibo.com, or Skyscanner, you know, or an HSBC bank application, or how about an ICICI bank website, you know. So that is when I told you we make you industry ready. Why? Because in this course, you have already tested with us 20 applications. So imagine the level of confidence you will have once you have tested this 20 applications with us, along with the theory that we provide, along with the material that we give you. 20 applications we will be testing together. We'll be writing those test cases. And the way we will be conducting our courses is we help you in 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th test case writing. And then what our experience is that, you know, by the time you're writing the test cases for 5th or the 6th screen or 5th or the 6th application, you do start getting the confidence, you know. And then by the time you reach the 20th slide, you'll be like, we don't need you, Priyanka. We can actually write the screen on our own. We can write the test case on our own. That's the level of confidence we provide you when we are testing or when we are writing the test cases. So a place where we were actually dependent on the trainer to a place where we are now ready to fly, ready to write test cases independently. That's the level of confidence that is what we provide. Okay, and other highlight of this course is working on real-time tools. So if you're working as a manual tester, I think some of us in this group are already working in organizations. So if you're working on these organizations, or let's say my fresher friends also who have joined this workshop with me, you might have heard about some tools called Jira, Bugzilla, Trello, Record IT. Have you heard of these tools? Any one of you? Just send me a chat message so that I know all of you are with me actually. Yes. I'm so glad I've got more than 30 plus delegates here. And yes, Zoho, very good, Pakija. Okay, Jira, very good. You've heard about it. Any other tools? Okay, Chetra, you haven't heard of any more. Okay, that's fine. That's what we are here for. Very good. Selenium, yes, which is actually an automation tool. So I'm not going to list it in this list. Bugzilla, okay, we've heard, Divya has heard about Bugzilla. Okay, Subin, Jira, very good. What else? Any other tools? JUnit, okay. Again, I'm going to put it in this list. Any other? I would love to hear some voices also. Maybe unmute yourself and you can contribute, please. Any other tool? All right. So as I said, you know, some of us said, one of us said Selenium, JUnit. Yes, we do cover it in our automation testing course, but in the manual, we do cover all these tools plus 2 more tools we cover. And you know what? All these tools are used in the industry. So I think I can now quite convince you by saying, you know, I started my chat with you, with my conversation with you saying, you know, the moment you finish that last hour of the course, you will now be industry ready. So you've looked at the manual testing concepts from industry perspective. You've written the test cases with us, 20 plus screens from the industry perspective. You worked on the real-time tools which are used in industry. So all these tools with the organization I work with, I use day in, day out. So what I do is in all my courses, I try to bring that experience into my trainings. So yes, the real-time knowledge, real-time working on tools, real-time test cases. So what does that show? You are now industry ready. No? Okay. Yes, Load Runner is another tool again for performance testing. Thank you so much, Gautam. We do cover in the automation. So these are all the real-time tools as a manual tester, which you have to make sure you are well known. So we create accounts and then you can, you know, give you a hands-on and lot of practice around these tools, so that any organization you join later on, you are comfortable. You know, you know how to use that particular tool. Okay. One thing I think I've missed is the software development models. So this is another thing that we cover in detail. So different software models, how these models helps to build the products across the globe. We cover different models like V model, Agile, and we also cover a waterfall model. And we do show you how right from the beginning of the project to the project delivery, a tester will play the role. Okay. So all the terms like QA, QC, which you might have heard, or I think some of us are already reading some books, researching things online. So all those terms, all those technologies, all those fields which we have, you'll be very clear with all those fields. And as I said, that if you want a detailed outline as to what each chapter we are going to cover, more than happy to provide that also. Redmine is another tool. Okay, thank you so much, Adeshri, for letting us know. Are these open source tools? Okay, Gautam, another very good question. So yes, some of them are. Some of them tools like Jira, we do have to buy. There are free versions, but for example, we are working with a company called Wipro. Wipro will buy Jira and then get its domain and then use it. Okay, so there is some, I think, I'm not sure how much do with Jira charge, but there's some monthly or quarterly fees which Jira will incur, or Bugzilla incurs, from the companies. Mantis is another tool. Yes, perfect. Okay. Any other questions? We are nearly an hour. It's nearly an hour. So obviously, if you have some questions, you can ask me. This is the time when I'll be quiet for some time and you guys can ask questions. Unmute yourself. No, please feel free. Be comfortable asking questions. Every question is important for us and every question is good. So do not think that this question might be incorrect, or no, don't think that. So please feel free to ask. Gautam, do you want to unmute yourself, ask some questions? Divya, Pakija, Surinder, Rohit, Bhageshri, any questions? No questions. Oh my God, that is a very good answer. So I hope you have no questions because everything is clear. Okay, I assume that. Very good. So live projects on testing. So Sahil, as I said, we will be working on 20 applications. These all 20 applications are live. So we might have first 2-3 where, we will do it based on the mock-ups or dummy websites, just to give you an idea. But from there on, all the 18 projects that you're working on will be live projects. Okay, so they will all be live projects. Any other questions? How to use Jira and other tools? Yes, definitely. So the slide that the whiteboard or previous whiteboard that we wrote, we listed Jira, Bugzilla, Trello. We talked about different tools. We will cover the working knowledge of all these tools. So we will have sessions planned for all of these tools, in which I will first share my screen, show you how Jira can be used with the best industry practice, how Bugzilla can be used. And then what we do is we will help you to create a dummy account, just a free account, so that at your place also you can practice. Because we strongly believe that, if I cover Jira for, let's say, even 2 hours in a session and you do not get an experience of working on Jira on your own, you might start forgetting the concepts. That happens. But if you have, let's say, done one hands-on on Jira, that will help you. So yes, it's going to be a pure practical course, very less of theory. We will cover theory, but it will be more focused on making you industry ready by writing maximum number of test cases we can, by working on the tools in this course. All right. So yes, Divya, we will definitely cover how to use Jira and other tools also. Okay. I've got one very interesting question. What is the difference between UAT and acceptance testing? Thank you so much, Adeshri, for asking this question. So when I talk about UAT, it stands for user acceptance testing. All right. And then there's another question for the acceptance testing. So basically, to answer your question in nutshell, Adeshri, this is same, UAT or acceptance testing. And what do we actually test in UAT? We check whether this particular software or product, website, mobile application is actually now acceptable by the end user or not. is this as per the requirements of the client or not? Now let me take you all from this IT field and just give you an example, a non-IT example, so that it sinks in your mind and you've understood this concept well. Okay, so that example is, let's assume that I have a company and I build the best quality refrigerators in the market. Okay, people in North India are fan of these refrigerators. They do not go anywhere. I do a lot of shipping in South also, and I'm the best refrigerator producing company in India. Okay, so let's assume that this is the scenario. One of you come to me, Pakija comes to me and says, can you provide me a television? And I say, no, I cannot give you a television. I don't manufacture that. But yes, this is the 21 things which my refrigerator can do. So if you buy this, this is how it will help you, and I go on and on and on. But because Pakija needs a television, even if my refrigerator is the best refrigerator in the globe, will she take it? Or will any one of you take it if that is not your requirement? No. Same with the software product. Even if I've built the best quality product, but it is not acceptable by the client or not acceptable by your end user, trust me, it is of no use. And you will see, as you join your career as a manual tester, you will see that developers do provide us very good quality code, very good quality. I mean, you will not find problems, issues, or bugs in that. But then when you compare whether this is what the client has needed, there might be a small deviation, right? And that small deviation, if it exists, that shows that it is not acceptable by the end user. Okay, so why I gave you this example of a refrigerator and television? So because I want that even after this workshop, this example should be in your mind, and it's going to be there with you. Okay, so user acceptance testing is done to make sure that the product is acceptable, it is meeting the client requirements, and acceptance testing is the same. Now, if some of you have read another word, this just reminds me of telling you one more type of testing, which is accessibility testing. See how close these terms are: acceptance, accessibilities, So if you're getting confused, if you read this term, this is more about the specific need or special needs of the customer. So let's say I was making a software, and this software had to be used by people who had some special needs, people who might have color blindness, or they cannot see the screen properly. So accessibility testing is different. See, acceptance is different. Accessibility tests whether this product can be used by people with special needs. How about a person who cannot see properly? Is my screen resolution, my product giving the correct resolution or colors or all? Okay, so that is another type of testing. So the way I explained you the user acceptance testing, I just took you from non-IT and then I brought you to IT. This is how we will be covering this entire duration. So taking practical examples, making sure you understand these definitions. Now, one question that I have, I know I can get so many questions now, but one question I have: how many of you can guess how many total types of testing are there? Any guesses? 10 types of testing, 20 types, 30, any number? Can you please? 25? Wow, Gautam, you're very quick. Okay. What else do you think? How many types of testing are there? Anybody else? Come on, guys. It's a very simple question. You just need to type a random number. I don't mind if you say 1 million also. So just type anything. 7. Only 7 type of testing. Okay. Only 15 types of testing. Okay. What else? Dheeraj, thank you so much. Divya, Gautam. How many types of testing? We actually are playing a number game. You just need to type a number. 50. Okay. What else? 50 plus. Wonderful. Okay. 8 types of testing. It's a number game. You just need to type a number quickly, just to make sure all of us are awake. Yes, 8. Bhagyashri, thank you so much. So you would be glad to know functional and non-functional. Okay, Pakija says only 2 types of testing. Adeshri, 3. So you would be glad to know that there are 100 plus types of testing. 100 plus types of testing. And some websites, if you go on internet, they say, no, not even 100 plus, there are still more. But what I know is 100 plus types of testing. So one thing I can promise, we cannot cover all these 100 types of testing in one course, because the thing is, even if I cover 100 types of testing at the end of the course, you might get confused, because we have taken so much in a limited time stamp. So what we have done at A2IT is, out of these 100 types of testing, we have done a survey, and based off our experience of all the trainers, we have made a list of 25 types of testing which are used day in and day out in any part of the world, in any company, any IT organization. So we do not cover 100 plus testing types, we cover 25 types of testing, and I promise these types of testings are widely used day in, day out. And now that you've covered this 25 types of testing with us, and you start working in any IT organization, you can easily pick up other types of testing also. Why? Because we've covered the most important 25 types of testing in this course. Okay. So thank you so much for responding. Any questions that I can take? More than happy to answer your questions. Anything about the outline? As I said, a detailed outline also we can provide. Any outline, any questions regarding outline about how the course is conducted? And if you are willing to take, as I said, even if you're willing to take an online course, it will be me who will be training you. So that's the reason we do workshops with only the trainers who will get associated with the students. So if you have any questions around the online, are the time slots flexible? So another very good question. See, when we talk about the time slots, before we make a batch, we will definitely ask you what time suits you. And then let's say there are 20-25 students ready, we do start a batch, or even less than that, we will start the batch. For one-to-one, it is the most flexible batch, it is as per your convenience we do. But yes, before we start a batch, we make sure that we have agreed on a time which both the trainer as well as the delegates have agreed upon, right? So any batch cancellation, we make sure you are well informed before, and we expect the same from you also. Just drop a note that you're not attending the session for this reason. For working people, yes, we do conduct a lot of weekend batches also during the day, afternoon, morning. We have weekend batches as well. This question, Sahil, that you're asking, I'm not sure. We provide internships. So basically, do we provide? So yes, we can provide you internships. We can give you certificates as well at the end of the internship that you have completed. You will be covering with us manual testing concepts, and yes, internship is possible. If you come. Okay, I'm just checking with my team. Just give me a second. So the other question that Dheeraj you asked, I've just checked with the team. Sorry for going on mute. Do we provide an internship? So currently there are a lot of colleges and universities which are tied up with us. So students have, I'm not sure in which university you are, but you have those 6 months of internships or 3 months of internships. So if you're willing to come and travel to Chandigarh, stay here with us, you can also complete that internship. Or if that's not a possibility, we can work out something. We can do some online also. Certificate for attending the workshop, yes, definitely you will get a certificate, but I think we are focusing more on the knowledge that we are getting. So please do ask me questions. Also, any course you complete with us, you do get a certificate for that also. Okay. The trainings that we provide based on our previous 20 plus, it's been 20 plus that our company is training and getting the students placed. So the quality of trainings we provide, the certifications that we help achieve, we have placed quite a lot of delegates in as freshers in a lot of companies, not only in India, but around the globe also. Okay. Any other questions that you have? Right, so in terms of the duration of the course, we will, and the fees of the course, we can discuss. So we have got the A2IT online where you can ask questions. We have a chat option, plus there is also a number on which you can contact us, and our team will be more than happy to provide you all the inputs. So the main focus why I'm sitting on this chair is to give you a welcome to the information technology field. I'm here to tell you as a trainer which fields you can go into, what all we will be covering in a nutshell. I've discussed it with you. I've taken your questions, but yes, any questions about the manual testing duration and fees, automation testing duration and fees, ISTQB certification preparation and fees, you can always get in touch with our team. We work all 6 days a week. We are available on mobile phone, so you will see a number. You can contact us. More than happy to provide you any information. Yes, we do help you provide ISTQB certification preparation also. Okay. And one thing I can promise, once you've done the manual testing course, you have finished already at least 50% of the ISTQB certification. So in ISTQB certification, when we prepare, we'll do more and more mock papers, sample papers. We cover ISTQB syllabus first, and then then you get industry ready. You'll be glad to know that we have our delegates, 500 plus delegates have cleared the ISTQB certification till now. Okay. All right, so I've taken a lot of questions. I've given the best I could. I've tried to answer your questions. If there are still any questions, more than happy to provide the session. No, I hope this session was useful. You guys have got an insight of what is manual testing, how you can actually pursue your career in information technology, how you can switch your career. We do plan to do other workshops also, Gautam. So you've asked whether we will have similar sessions on other IT domains. Yes, we will have. So what I would suggest is keep checking our Facebook page and different platforms on which we do advertise. We definitely do a lot of, have plans to bring more workshops like this. All right. So it's 12:47. We'll disconnect the call around 12:50. If you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions you have. We'll end this session at 12:50. Any questions, you can please chat. You can actually unmute yourself and ask me, please. All right. Any questions? And okay, then if we have no questions, okay, is there any Google form to fill up for the certificate? Yes, there is definitely a Google form where we also send you through email. So email is one option. If you are based in Chandigarh, you can collect the certificate, and we definitely email you the certificate once you have completed the course. And one thing I can guarantee is we are a big brand in the industry. So this certificate has a lot of weightage. If you have done it with A2IT, it really means a lot. So we have got good tie-up with a lot of universities, lot of corporates, IT giants here. So this really gives you a very big benefit. Yes, so in terms of the commercial fees as well as the duration, Kajal, you can contact the Academy's number. Okay, so there's a mobile number, we got landline, you can please call them. I'm a trainer here, so I've focused, my main focus was to give you an insight about what we will be doing in manual testing course, automation and ISTQB. However, for any other details, I request you to kindly contact the team. Okay, so you can give them a call and they'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, thank you, Kajal. So this brings us to the end of this workshop. I'm looking forward to join you guys and help you guys get this knowledge of manual testing. So thank you so much for this time, and I wish you all the very best in your career. If you're already working, wish you good luck with your current job. If you're looking for a job, wish you all the very best. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Bye-bye.